Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. How are you all? I hope you're all very well. I hope you're safe and healthy. If you're new to my channel, my name's Mark. Hello and welcome. If you are new, please consider subscribing. Subscribe and hit the all notifications bell. According to my analytics, 40% of all my views come from subscribers. I am desperate that by the end of June, I'm going to get that statistic to 50%. So if you would subscribe and receive all notifications, that would massively help me. Thank you. If you're a long time viewer, as ever, welcome back. Your continued support means everything to me. Without you guys, there would be no channel. This is my staples food pantry / cupboard. I'm going to show you everything that's in it. It's full of the cheapest foods you can imagine, and every single thing in this cupboard is incredibly healthy. So if you want to create a healthier lifestyle through what you eat and reduce your shopping bill, this is the video you want to watch. So stay tuned. So there's my staples cupboard. Not as neat as it usually is, so I apologize about that. So let's get everything down and we'll take a look at what I have. Chickpeas. These are Co-op's own chickpeas, as you can see. Incredibly versatile. I usually have at least 4 tins of these. I've only got 1 at the moment in my pantry. I make a lot of my own hummus. Chickpeas, garlic, lemon juice, maybe a little bit of spinach and some herbs, a little bit of olive oil. I use that as a dip for my no oil baked fries. Always got plenty of chickpeas on hand because, well, just pop open a can and you can make them with all sorts of things. I've got a bag of organic brown linseeds. I have lots of linseed, or it's also known as flaxseed, in my food, mostly my porridge. Now, the thing about seeds is a lot of these seeds, the outer shells are too hard for your body to digest and break open before you actually pass them. So if you're putting seeds in your food, you really need to mill them, blend them up so they're a powder, or sprout them. I'm going to sprout my linseeds in the same way that I sprout my mung beans for bean sprouts. Sprouted seeds are much better, much healthier for you because your body actually gets the nutrients that's inside the seed. So if you have seeds like this on your food, that's a really important thing to know. You're basically wasting all of the nutrition in your seed unless you've cracked the seed open through blending it or sprouting it before you actually consume it. Got a 1 kilo bag of organic mung beans. I sprout the mung beans, as I just said, for bean sprouts. I have a fantastic video on how to sprout your mung beans for bean sprouts on my channel, so I'll put a card in the top right hand corner of the screen. If you haven't seen that, check it out. It's really easy to turn these mung beans into delicious, healthy, nutritious and very cheap bean sprouts for your food. I put them in my stir fries and in my wraps with rice and all sorts of vegetables. I've got Co-op's Scottish Jumbo Rolled Oats. These are not my oats of choice. I usually get Waitrose own cheap oats. They're much nicer. I find these turn very gloopy very quickly, and if you overcook them just by a tiny amount, they kind of turn into a glue, so they're not that good. I think that's an indication that the oats themselves aren't actually very good quality if they do that. So this is all the pasta that I have in my staples pantry at the moment. This stuff, orzo pasta, is brilliant. I've got 3 bags of this, well 2 and a bit, as you can see. I use this orzo pasta to make my dish that I call an accidental risotto. I just basically chucked a load of vegetables and some orzo pasta and some vegan vegetable broth and flavourings into a pan and reduced the water and the broth down so that it's like a gluey, sticky risotto kind of consistency. Obviously it's not a proper risotto, you need risotto rice, but that's why I call it an accidental risotto. So this orzo pasta, it's very small, but it's perfect for that sort of a risotto sort of consistency. If you'd like to see a recipe for what I call my accidental risotto, let me know in the comments below and I'll get onto that for you. I also got conchiglie, I think that's how you pronounce it, conchiglie, I call it shell pasta, and just a bag of very basic essential Waitrose spaghetti. I eat pasta so many times a week. Don't be scared of eating pasta if you're trying to lose weight. Pasta has never ever made anybody fat or overweight. It's the sauces and the stuff that you put on it. So if you make your own healthy sauces, you can eat pretty much as much pasta as you want and don't have to worry about weight gain. Dried red split lentils. These are from the co-op, as you can see. These are absolutely a massive essential, massive part of my diet. I use these in my vegan dal, which is one of my absolute favourite recipes. I use lentils, pearl barley, broccoli, potatoes, curry flavourings, garlic, chuck it all into a pan and make a beautiful vegan dal. That is absolutely one of my favourite meals. Lentils are so good for you, so high in all the minerals and vitamins that you need. Lots of fibre, iron, protein. Popcorn maize. I like to make my own popcorn on the hob. Reason I make my own popcorn is so that I'm not really putting much oil into it. I can add my own flavours and I know exactly what's going into it. So the popcorn you tend to buy in bags is usually very oily and very salty, so you can buy a bag of this for, I think a whole bag of this is less than £1, and you only need a tiny scoop to get a whole huge great bowl of popcorn, so it's very cheap, and it's a very healthy alternative to shop bought processed popcorn. Smoked paprika, absolutely love this stuff. I put it on my no oil baked fries. Again, I've got a video on how I make my no oil baked fries, so if you'd like to see that, I'll put another card in the top right hand corner of the screen so you can see my no oil baked fries. Tomato puree, always got at least 4 tubes of this in my pantry. I get through so much of this in a week, it's unbelievable. I think this is about 80p for a tube. Slightly annoying that they do it in tin tubes. They also do it in little cans. It's a shame they can't put it in something that's biodegradable and that would break down, but obviously it's a puree, so I guess that's pretty tricky. But you know, pasta sauces, sauce for the pizzas. I've currently got 3 packets of Co-op Oriental whole wheat noodles. I try to go whole wheat on all of my foods, especially noodles. I showed you my pasta a little bit earlier. All of the pasta that I've currently got is white pasta, but I usually have whole wheat pasta. It's just that because of COVID-19, the supermarkets have had some shortages, so I've had to buy lots of white pasta. But if you have white noodles and white rice and white pasta, and you switch to brown rice and whole wheat noodles and whole wheat pasta, you will see a big change in the way you feel in terms of your gut and your stomach, because all of this is high in fibre and all of the white stuff obviously is not high in fibre. So always got plenty of noodles because they're so versatile. You can make soups, chuck a few noodles in, or you can make chow meins, stir fries, just fantastic food. But go whole wheat if you have stomach problems. Increase your fibre levels and you'll be a much happier, healthier person. Got a couple of pouches of Ceylon cinnamon powder from buywholefoodsonline.co.uk. Not sponsored by them, not paid by them. This is a company that you will have noticed I buy a lot of stuff from. So if you don't buy from them and you're in Britain, check them out. I'm not sure if they have a US version of the website, but check these guys out because it's a brilliant service. You have to be careful with cinnamon. A lot of the cinnamon that you buy in those little pots from supermarkets, it's not Ceylon cinnamon, or Ceylon, however you pronounce it. Ceylon cinnamon is a much truer cinnamon flavour. If you didn't know that, you might want to check what kind of cinnamon you have and get this kind, because this is just so nice. I throw this on my porridge oats, as you've probably seen. I also add some to my waffle batter mix. Really good. Quite intense flavour, so you only need tiny portions of it. So 2 pouches is going to last me, you know, a heck of a long time. Bananas, don't need to say too much about bananas, do I? They're spotty, so these will all be gone within the next couple of days. The spotty bananas are obviously the ripest and sweetest. I usually have a lot more than these, so I need to go and get some more bananas today, because this isn't going to last me for very much longer. I mean, bananas, simple, staple food. I've got a bag of frozen bananas in the freezer, so anytime I want I can make myself a smoothie or a Buddha bowl. Little container with white rice. As I said just a few moments ago, I usually have brown rice, but again, supermarket supply problems mean that I had to basically buy whatever I could get. White rice always makes me feel bloated afterwards, and I always feel hungry very quickly afterwards, so brown rice is my thing. Bags of flour. I make a lot of my own bread, my flatbread, my pizza base, so no surprise that I've got plenty of flour. This is just basic wholemeal. I usually have whole wheat, but I couldn't get any of that. Over the last couple of months I've had to go for wholemeal. I've got a little bit of plain flour left. Again, I'm not very keen on plain white flour. White flour is basically the powder that's left after they've kind of milled all of the goodness and the husk and the shell out of the whole grain. So really, plain white flour is just really no good for you. If I eat too much white bread, I don't generally eat white bread, but occasionally I'll get like a couple of crusty rolls from the shop. If I eat white bread, I tend to feel a bit sick and a bit sluggish and bloated. I usually go for either wholemeal or whole wheat. You should always, I think, have flour in your pantry. It's really important because it's just, you know, you can make a flatbread, you don't even need yeast. You just water, salt, flour, chuck it in a pan for a few minutes, cook it till it's brown. Beautiful flatbread. Got a Kikkoman's soy sauce. This soy sauce is not the cheapest. In fact, I think it's the most expensive that I've seen in my local supermarkets. But with a lot of foods, you can get away with paying less without a sort of drop off in taste. But I have found with soy sauce, the cheaper the soy sauce, you know, the taste does drop away. So I do like to get a good quality soy sauce, and I found I really love Kikkoman. It's got a different flavour than other soy sauces, so I'm not sure how that is exactly. I guess it's the brewing technique, maybe it's the quality of the soy they use, whatever, that's why it's more expensive. But I've got a Tupperware box with my fresh garlics in. I eat lots of garlic, pretty much. I think I eat garlic almost every day of the week, so there's not much left, so I'm going to have to get some more of that. So I've got this other Tupperware container full of dried pearl barley. Now this, I think, is literally, in terms of money and health and how good it is for you, I think pearl barley is the best thing that I have in my pantry. I think pearl barley is a superfood. A lot of people overlook this stuff, and you really, really shouldn't. I can't stress enough how you should try and incorporate pearl barley into your diet. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but the ancient gladiators in Roman times had the nickname of barley men, because they were fed almost exclusively on a diet of barley and vegetables. They almost never ate meat because meat was expensive, and the gladiators, the guys who owned the gladiators, didn't want to spend money on their food, so they fed them on barley. Barley is incredible. It's packed with protein, packed with fibre, all sorts of minerals, all sorts of nutrients. It's low in calories. It's almost zero fat. I think it's something like 0.2 grams of saturated fat per 100 grams of barley. This is just amazing stuff. Get this in your diet, folks, and I promise you this will improve your health if you're eating a healthy diet along with it. You can use this like rice. So bring a pan of water to the boil, chuck your barley in, add some salt and some flavourings, and simmer the water down. Barley needs a little bit longer than rice to cook because it is very hard, but you can use it like rice. I throw it into my vegan dal and just use it like that. But yeah, honestly guys, if you only take one thing from this video, if you don't have pearl barley in your diet, get this stuff in your diet because it's fantastic. All of the stuff that I have in my pantry, it's all good, healthy, clean food, but it's also incredibly cheap. This is the cheapest foods in the world, really is. Get the barley in your diet. Get the whole wheat pastas, rices, noodles in your diet, and your health is going to improve so much. So there you go guys, you've seen what's in my Staples food pantry. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's cheap, it's healthy, it's all good for you. Please like this video, please share it, please leave any comments, please request any recipes that you want. If you've seen food in my pantry and I've mentioned a dish that I make and you'd like me to make a video on that, please let me know. Please come and join me over at Instagram, veganmark_01. I'm excited to be reading your comments and replying to you and seeing how many of you are subscribing. So please keep doing that. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a great day. And if you can't have a great day, try and make it better.